It's Week 13 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. And we'll get a look here at wideout A.J. Brown. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Eagles and the Bucks. Just ahead on EA Sports.
Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. We're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucks, they come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out come the Bucks now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Mayfield to throw it. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Slot man moves right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama and finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's got a man. That's Marshall. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's complete. Again, he's got Marshall. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. Throwing is Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 21. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. On the option left, it's Hurts. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll drop to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Back to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this fourth down call.
The kick by Elliott is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Baker going to give it to Irving. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. You look at this Eagle defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
They got a completion there, but that's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards, we're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Ball. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Mayfield. And this is caught by Evans. And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Palmer going to go in motion left. Throwing, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Handoff running left, Irving. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they...
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Rashad White, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. A little juke, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 58 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity, because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
Here's 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got Smith here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Eagles at 11-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Play action. Here's Hurts. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, good start for him in this one here in the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And as we transition into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll go to Barkley again. Dances by him.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
A first down carry for Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Tampa Bay offense set to go again.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14.
A run up the middle with Irving. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Jalen Carter.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Here's Mayfield.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Jackson. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. They go play action with Hurts.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Hurts.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Yaya Diaby
coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he forced this throw, nearly intercepted in the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fortunately, no turnover, but it is 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Well, now how about this return?
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Mayfield.
Batted by the safety, but caught anyway. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. Here's 3rd and 3. Mayfield looks to throw. Finding Otten once more. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Jackson to return. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing.
Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
This will be caught once again by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got Brown on the out route complete.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Steps away to his left.
And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Hurts to throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown.
And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Hurts.
And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Barkley is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. And his stellar campaign continues. That now his 20th rushing touchdown on the year, a number that very few running backs have ever reached in a single NFL season.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that makes it a 9-point game. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Mayfield to throw it.
He'll find his tight end, Payne Durham.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He completes it to Evans. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Here it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
A throw over the middle, caught by Bryant.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Running out of the gun with White. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on third down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield.
Right back to Chris Godwin.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. In motion left, Godwin.
Mayfield. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Throwing, Mayfield.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end.
They run out of the gun with Irving.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Mayfield down.
Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw.
Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Here's a handoff to Irving.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 16, Mayfield. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Zach Bond
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Godwin, the motion man.
They'll set up to throw.
He gets it over the middle to Palmer.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't hear, and that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd and goal.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Bucky Irving, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. It's second down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
50 yards rushing for him now to this point. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Hurts going to keep it running right.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw.
That is caught at the 7.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it fourth down. Smith will come in motion right.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down.
Hurts.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On 2nd and goal,
Hurts.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
A.J. Brown from 3 yards out. And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
That would give Irving running right.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Bucs on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
That is caught. They'll have the first down and more than that.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 71 yards.
And the Bucs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle to Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
This is Smith with a grab. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. He'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
What a big fourth quarter fumble recovery a moment ago. And now they are set up with a chance to take the lead.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle to Evans. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They run straight ahead here with White. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Godwin, the motion man.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. That catch puts him 80 away from 1,000. He's now at 920, and 920, that ties him with Torrey Holt.
That's a great name to remember, but the number, 920, almost boggles the mind, doesn't it? You're talking about 80 catches away from 1,000? What a phenomenal achievement if he gets there, and I have no reason to believe he won't.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 14 yards that time for number 14. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
Slant route going to be caught by Palmer.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
On the handoff, this is Irving.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Irving.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Play fake. Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Jalen Carter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This short throw caught by Goddard. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. Barkley, inside handoff. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And running with power here. And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 33.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. They'll drop to throw.
There's a short throw taken in by Bryant.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll look to throw here on first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They'll look to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Dillon, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Hurts will throw.
Flushed out right. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bucs offense and veteran receiver Mike Evans headed back onto the field. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They'll start on the ground with Irving.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
incomplete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. The slot man in motion right. To throw, Mayfield. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mayfield looks to throw. Able to shake him off. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. And again, it's Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. That's completed right side to Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's 2nd down and 3. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him to completion.
And that's incomplete.
Palmer, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best player of the game in order to keep this one up.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. This is 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be stopped after a very short gain, and now you're looking at 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mayfield. That's caught by Palmer. And out across midfield down to the 45. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's grabbed over the middle by White. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Mayfield to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This will be from 53 for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Tampa Bay, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's a rare misstep as they'll drop to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.